State your name and mute the phone. State your name and where you're from and mute the phone.
Hello?
Name and where you calling from, sir.
What's your name?
I said name and where you calling from.
From Milwaukee, my name is Isupk.
Okay, mute your phone for me. You got a question?
I can't hear you.
I said, do you have a question?
Yes, I have a question.
All right,
I want to know.
I'm gonna get to you in a second. Hold that for a second, real quick.
Okay.
Mute your phone for me real fast.
Huh?
Mute your phone for me real fast.
I can't. It's like an echo, I can't hear you. Sorry for you that you was in there, but.
I said mute your phone. I got you.
Mute my what?
Mute your phone.
Oh, mute it? Okay.
Shalom Israel, we are the Isupk of the Commander General Yahana, started out 125th and 1 West. We are not affiliated with no other Israelite group. This is the St. Louis class, located on 5261 Delmar Boulevard, Suite A, St. Louis, Missouri, 63108. You know, you can call in on the line at 712-775-7035, access code 744252, or another line you can call in on if that line is not working for you, 781-448-4050, access code 13300. Now, sis, whoever was on the line said they had a question. You can ask your question real fast. Unmute your phone and ask your question.
My question is, I want to know what type of life can you give me about, I'm in the world and trying to come out the world, and what type of, advice you can give me. I've been reading a lot, and, can you kind of explain to me Proverbs 31?
Okay, okay, I can explain Proverbs 31, but first, I'm gonna have to tell you, if you coming out of the world, you would wanna get into the Isupk. You would wanna attend classes on the daily. It's online classes, it's individual class. You say you from Milwaukee, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, it's online classes. I believe Milwaukee, that's where I'm from. Milwaukee have classes too. Also, you could call into this class for right now, but I could give you the number to the brothers in Milwaukee and stuff, so you can attend physical classes. But that's the first objective you should try to conquer, is getting into the classes, because only way for you to conquer your demons and conquer the world is for you to get into the truth. And this the only body of truth. This the only place you're going to find the truth. You know, all them other Israelite organizations, all the Christian church and the Muslim mosque, they do not have the truth, and you will not find it there. So, you know, that's the best advice I can give you if you're truly trying to escape the world and escape the demons that's in the world. You know, now back to your question, you said you had a question about Proverbs 31. You wanted that broken down to you?
Yeah, Proverbs 31, I think, at verse 10.
Verse 10?
Yes.
All right. You got your Bible with you?
Yes.
All right. Turn to that scripture. Abba, get that for me.
One time. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman?
Now hold it right there. A virtuous woman. Do anybody know what a virtuous woman is? What do it means to have virtue?
No, I understand.
Do you know, sis? You know what virtue means?
No, I said no.
Virtue is a virtuous woman. A lot of people think, okay, a woman's supposed to be holier than thou, and all this like, all of this good stuff and things of that nature. Going a good Christian lady, going to church, trying to obey the Christian pastor and what he tells you to do. But virtue actually means in this verse to have a skill. To have a skill of some sort. A virtuous woman, all through this scripture you can find a virtuous woman. All through this chapter, Shalakia, you can find the virtue of a woman. It breaks it down like she get up in the middle of the night and cook for her family and do them things for her family and different things like that. So a virtuous woman, has a skill, some type of skill she possesses, and she could utilize to help her family. Shalakia, brother. Shalakia, brother. Sit on this side for me. That's for the sisters on that side. So she gotta possess some type of skill, and if she doesn't possess a skill, she needs to learn a skill. She needs to learn a particular skill to help her family, to help her husband throughout it, sis. To help her family, help her husband, help the household, and take care of them, like cooking. A sister easily can become a cook or a chef or something like that, or just sewing. It could be something as small as sewing. She could be utilized she could be utilized a lot, from just sewing alone. She needs to find something to do with her time. Do you have idle time on your hands, sis?
No.
You don't have idle time? What do you do? Go ahead. Yeah, if you got a lot of idle time on your hand, you should find a skill. You gotta obey your husband. You will have to do that. To become a virtuous woman, you have to obey your husband. You have to follow him. You have to follow him with your whole body and your whole mind and your whole soul. That's what it means to be, a woman of the Lord. A daughter of Zion. That's who we are. We are the chosen people of the Lord. And our sisters are, the daughters of Zion. They like rubies unto the Most High. They the best women on earth. So with that being said, you should follow your husband. I recommend that you follow your husband if you have a husband. You have a husband?
Yes.
All right, you should follow your husband, blindly.
Right.
You should follow your husband blindly. That means without doubt, without question, without anything of that sort. You should follow your husband. Just follow your husband and do the things that he asks you to do, and that's where you start at. That's where you start to get understanding. The man leads the household. The man makes the decisions at the end of the day. So you should follow your husband wholeheartedly, blindly, without no question.
Right.
So with that being said, did that answer? Continue to read for me. There's some more on that, ain't it? Go ahead.
For her price is far above rubies.
Now, as you see, the Lord said your price will be far above rubies. So if you can follow your husband wholeheartedly like that, your price will be above rubies. Rubies are priceless. You find some gems and some jewels and some diamonds and different things of that nature, they become priceless. They become priceless because, like the more rare they are, the more priceless they become. A virtuous woman is rare. You never find that in the world. Like it says, Scripture says, Scripture says that, out of 1,000 men, I'm paraphrasing, out of 1,000 men, only found one righteous brother. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but out of that same number of women, I could find none. Meaning that it's rare to find a virtuous woman. It's rare to find a woman that has a skill and utilizes and obeys her husband and obeys her man and do the things that her family asks of her. Whatever her family needs, that woman gonna do. Like the Lord attributes. I'm pretty sure you're a black woman, right?
Yes.
Yeah, from the tribe of Judah.
Huh?
From the tribe of Judah. Do you know what tribe you're from? You a so-called African American?
Yeah, I'm an African American. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you from the tribe of Judah. Your father is an African American, right? So-called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. From the tribe of Judah. The Lord attributes the tribe of Judah to a lion and his pride. If you ever notice a lion in the wild, it's only one king. It's only one male lion out of that group. But it's many female lions out of that group. And the female lion, the male lion doesn't hunt. The male lion doesn't, it appears that the male lion does nothing. Do you know what the male lion does though?
No, I don't.
The male lion, if you ever watch National Geographic or the Animal Channel, it appears that the male lion does nothing. The women go hunt, and they bring the food back to the king. He eats first. They doing all the things. They take care of the young, the cubs. They do all the things of that sort. And the male lion seems as if he doesn't do nothing. But that male lion actually do two critical things. And the first is protect. The male lion protects his pride. A pack of hyenas will try. A pack of hyenas will try female lions. It doesn't matter if it's 20 female lions. A pack of hyenas will try it. They would do that. But it could be one male lion, and them hyenas would not try him. Would not try him. And if they do, they'll be slaughtered. There'll be meat for the slaughter. So, that's one critical thing, protection. Without protection, you cannot eat. How your pride gonna eat? How your pride gonna do anything? They gonna get conquered. The tiger's gonna come take the food. You're gonna die of starvation. The whole pride gonna die of starvation without that protection. Secondly, the most critical thing that a male does is what? Do you know?
I'm listening.
Okay, I assume
Hello?
you don't. Yeah, I assume you don't know, right? So I said I assume that you don't know what the second critical thing a male lion does.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Just my phone echoing back and forth.
Okay, you got me on speakerphone?
No.
Okay, well, I don't know what's going on with your line, but yeah, I'ma continue. The second critical thing that a male lion does is guide. He guides the pack.
Right.
It appears that he does nothing, but he's guiding that pack. He's guiding that pack to the food. He's guiding that pack to the water, to the rivers, to everywhere. If that pride dies off, it's the male's fault, because he didn't guide his pride right. So with that being said, I'm hoping that this I know that it answered your question, but I'm hoping that you accept what was being told to you. Did you have any other questions? Sis, did you have any more questions?
What did you say?
I said, did you have any
Hello?
more questions? Hello?
No. You kind of broke it down for me to kind of understand more. Like you said, I need that for the school. But you gave me a little bit of understanding. But no, I don't have no more questions.
All right, mute your phone for me.
Huh?
I said mute your phone
Okay.
again for me. All right, now, is there any questions online? There's no questions online. All right. So we're gonna get into the lesson today, cause I had a little I had an Edomite at my slavery, try to tell me. Well, it was a brother first. He started off. Me and him was talking. Of course, Edomites don't know how to mind their business, so he intercepted our conversation. So for all you who don't know what an Edomite is a white person.
Right.
It's the biblical name for white people. So, this Edomite, me and this brother talking, and he's talking about he disagrees with when I told him that, all nations cannot be saved. Of course he went to John 3:16 and different things like that. And he was like, how can the Lord be racist? And of course the Edomite jumped in, he was like, I agree. Like, how can the Lord be racist, when he said he gonna save the world? So we gonna get into this lesson today to show you that the Lord only cares about Israel. He don't care about all of these nations. He don't care about these different people. He don't care about none of that. And we're gonna get into the scriptures today. So give me first Deuteronomy 7:6. And when you get there, read. Because you need to understand that these scriptures, this Holy Bible, only appeals to Israel. These Holy Scriptures was written for us and by us. Shalaki. You got a question, brother? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. This Bible was only written for Israel, and it was for Israel, and it was written by Israel, and it was written for Israel. So Israel is the 12 tribes of Israel, of course. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we make up the 12 tribes of Israel, and it was only for us. When you get that scripture, read for me, the what?
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
He said a holy people. Now, the Lord said, thou art an holy people unto him. Do anybody know what holy means? Anybody on the line? Go ahead, sis. Separate. Holy means separate, and in the ancient Hebrew, holy means separate, to be separate. So why would the Lord say, for thou art a separate people unto him, if he's not racist? If he cares about all nations, why would he say it's for you to be separate? Why would the Lord say you are a separate people unto him? If the Lord loves everybody, he would say, well, y'all are nice people, but I love all nations. Or y'all should dwell with everybody. Y'all should not be separate. The Lord said y'all are a holy people unto him. We are a special people. We can't go and do whatever it is that we please. We have to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. We have to do that. Because if we don't, we'll be cursed as much as we are blessed. I know y'all see Israel and we blessed. Everything we touch, we turn to gold. Everything we do, we make it a trend. All the nations of the earth follow us. We dance the best. We play the best sports. We excel in education. We the best inventors. We invented everything, from the light to the telephone. I said the telephone. The telephone, we invented everything. So we are the salt of the earth. So with that being said, continue out further.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
He said, the Lord said, he have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. A special people. That means like he chose us out of everybody. That means he got a select few that he messed with. I know how Judah or Israel love to say, well, I don't mess with dog, or I don't mess with dude over there. I don't mess with her either. I just mess with him. That's how the Lord is. The Lord, I don't mess with white people. I don't mess with Arabs. I don't mess with Asians. I just mess with them. Israel. That's what the Lord is saying. He only messes with Israel. And for that reason, Israel is a special people. Because the Lord bless Israel.
Right.
The Lord take care of Israel. Only if they keep them laws, statutes, and commandments though. You got to keep them laws, statutes, and commandments. That means, no, you can't smoke weed. I know how much it relaxes you. It cures your anxiety. And you just love it because it's just beautiful. You love the smell of it. It's just amazing. I know weed is amazing to you. I know alcohol is amazing to you. But you are not to abuse those things. If you don't have no need, no medical need for weed, get off the weed. And furthermore, do not smoke it. Because smoking of anything is a sin. Your body is a temple unto the Most High. You are not to pollute your body. That's in the scriptures. I'm paraphrasing, of course. But, you are not to pollute your body. Drop that for me out and give me Amos 3 and 2. Because we gonna run away with these scriptures. We gonna keep hitting them left and right. Because I'm tired of everybody attributing the Lord unto them. All these other nations trying to take our God. And Israel, you should feel offended when these nations call the Most High their God. They got their God. White people got, white Jesus. He like Hercules. He half God, half man. The Arabs got Allah. I guess he the one that was in the cave. Ain't that Allah or is that Muhammad? He was in the cave and got the scriptures. Didn't nobody see it. The nigga can't read. He can't do nothing. But he got, supposedly the angel of the Lord came to him and he got the scriptures and stuff. He got the Quran. So they got them. The Asians got who is it? The Asians they got Buddha, don't they? The Asians got Buddha. Everybody got that God. Who's the God of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? Who's the God of them? Mute your phones for me. Anybody, put them on vibrate. Everybody put your phones on vibrate. Thank you, the water. Who's the God of Israel, though? Who loves Israel? Who takes care of Israel? Everybody got a God. All nations got a God. Who takes care of Israel? Who cares about them crackheads in the slums that ain't got nobody to look up to? Who cares about them? Who cares about that homeless man ain't got nowhere to go? Who cares about them? It got to be a God for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and that's the God of the Holy Bible.
That's right.
His name is Yahweh in the Hebrew. You need to learn your God. How can you say you love your God and you don't even know his name? You calling him God, God, God all the time. Call him by his name sometimes.
Right.
Israel needs to call the Lord by his name sometimes. Don't use his name in vain, but call upon his name sometimes. Use his name to show that he's your father. You ain't gonna walk around and say to your dad, hey father, all the time. You ain't gonna walk up to your teacher and just call her teacher. You gonna use their name. People you have reverence for, people you have respect for, you use their name. If you love the Most High, you ain't just gonna walk around and just call people parent. You ain't gonna call your mama parent. Hey parent, that's a title. You supposed to love your mama, right? Call her ma, son. Put some flavor in. Call the Lord by his name. Read some more of that for me, What?
Amos chapter 3, verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
You hear that? The Most High said, Amos chapter 3, verse 2. The Most High said, you only of all the families of the earth have I known. He said, you only. He don't know no other families. Families mean nations. You can say nations or you can say families. He said, you only have I known. So what that means, what is that telling you if the Lord saying you only have I known? He's telling you that he's only got to select you. And who's to tell the Lord that he can't be racist? Who are the humans to tell the Lord that he can't be racist? That he can't like a certain people? I'm going to give you this analogy real fast. Say I create 5 cups. You know, I got 5 cups. And I made 1 cup to be an ashtray, 1 cup to be a doorstop. I made another cup. I decked it out with gold, put diamonds on it. That's my pimp cup. I got it. I'm sipping. I got my finger like this. Who's to tell me I can't do what I want with them cups? Didn't I create them cups? Those are my cups. Who's to tell me I can't do what I want with my cups? That's an analogy for the Lord. Who's to say the Lord can't do what he wants with his creation? He created people. He created everybody on the earth. He made some vessels for evil. He made some vessels for good.
Right.
You know, he made Israel for good. He made Israel to be a special people. And we read it. He said, you only have I known all the families of the earth. Go ahead and continue with that verse for me, y'all.
God, therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
That's right. He will punish us for all our iniquities. So Israel, you have to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. You have no choice. You do not have free will. I know you think you do, but you don't. I know you want to. I know you want to go and pop whores all day, and you know you want to drink liquor day in and day out. I know you don't want to work, and you tired of the white man. He been over you for 400 years. You tired of being told what to do. But still, you have to be told what to do. You have to be told what to do, because if you don't keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, just like you are blessed, you will be cursed. You will be cursed among all the nations. That's why we in the slums. That's why we leading all the world in AIDS, HIV, diabetes, high blood pressure. Because we think we can eat whatever we want. We think we can eat shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. Y'all think it's a delicacy. The Lord telling you not to eat it because it's going to kill you. That's why the Lord telling you not to eat it.
That's right.
The Lord telling you not to eat shrimp, crab, and lobster because it's not a delicacy like you think it is. It's not the finest meats of the earth. You know, I know you want to eat clams and you want to eat catfish, you know, but no, you can't. If you do, go ahead. You can do it. I suggest you not to, because I would never encourage you to sin against the Lord. But go ahead and do it and see the result of it. Matter of fact, you ain't even got to do it to see the result, because you can look outside and see the result. We eat pork every day. We eat shrimp, crab, and lobster every day. We eat catfish. The Lord said eat fish with scales and fins. It is many of fish with scales and fins. Why you gotta eat catfish? Why you wanna eat a fish that cleans up the ocean, the rivers, ponds, and lakes? Why do you wanna eat a fish like that? Just like the pig. It cleans up the doo-doo on the land. It eat the cow shit. I mean, it's like it eat the cow boo-boo. You know, it eat everything. You could throw up on the farm and a pig and eat it up. You know, a pig is like one of the worst things you can eat. And you know, Christians and people in the world love, Jake in the world love saying, well, anything can kill you. You eat too much of it. So okay, you want to die faster, huh? You on the speed train. What they call them trains? Them turbo trains. You want to be on the turbo train of death, to diabetes and high blood pressure.
Right.
That's why you got to take 40,000 pills. And you wonder why. Well, Lord, why this happened to me? Why I had to get my leg amputated? You know why, nigga? The Lord told you. He told you to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. You chose not to. So therefore you are cursed. You know, drop that scripture now. Is there any more in that?
Like real quick, if I could.
Go ahead, Cap.
It's heavy now. You know what I mean? And if you touch on, you know, blacks, Hispanics, and Indians keeping God's laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
And there is no such thing as free will. I really don't understand it. Because I had a conversation with a brother today as well about free will.
Right.
You understand? Go to Deuteronomy 30 and 3:19 now, real quick. You know what I mean? There is no such thing as free will.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you will for something for your life, that means whatever you plan to do
Right.
is going to happen. You understand? If you turn around, if you the will for your life is to sell drugs and fall till you fall and get rich, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And have all the money and the women and the cars, the clothes, and all that kind of nonsense, then guess what? Going to jail is not an option. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? 'Cause if it's your will, you may go to jail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you turn around and get robbed, that ain't an option. You ain't trying to get robbed.
Right.
Your will is that you sell the dope, get the money, and stay paid. And you know what I'm saying? And stack. You know what I'm saying? And being killed. You know what I'm saying? Is
Right.
not an option. Okay, so that's what our people, if you don't understand, you know, and due to Christianity, man, that their religion being so disgusting, so evil, you know what I mean? That is a straight plague on black people.
Right.
You know what I mean? That stuff is not fixing anyone, it's not curing anything. You know what I'm saying? It's actually making us worse.
Right.
You know what I mean? So free will, we got to turn around and know and understand something. Lord did not give you no free will. You know,
Damn right.
you only, yeah, you get a choice. You understand? And these are your choices right here. I'll read the scripture from here.
Right. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death.
What is it?
Life and death.
The Lord said, He said, life and death before you.
Right.
Okay? You read?
Blessing and cursing.
Blessing and cursing. You understand? You have a choice. Okay?
Right.
You either choose to keep the Most High's law, you choose not to. You understand? That's the choice that you make. Ain't no such
Right.
thing as no damn free will. Because I know that you didn't will to choose that.
Right.
You understand? Nobody wants to damn die, right? You know what I mean? And that right there, in itself cuts the theory about you got free will. Because the God of the Bible, free will ain't ever over. You understand? And UPK been teaching it since 1969. Free will ain't in the Bible, nowhere. In
Right.
English, Hebrew, Greek, in the Old Testament, New Testament, or Apocrypha, it ain't in there nowhere. You know what I mean?
Damn right.
This is what it is. Life and death, blessing and curse. This is all that in the back.
Right.
You understand? If you keep them, of course, that's the blessing. But I don't know what it is to be blessed. You know what I'm saying? That's all they talk about. That's all they go to damn church for. Is goddamn blessing. You know what I mean? As soon as they want a job or a car or some money or something, they want to run to church. You know what I mean? And faith and clap and shout. They still foaming at the mouth.
I see
You know what I'm saying? They still foaming at the mouth. You know what I mean? Faking like a mug, man. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Evil is all get out.
Right.
At church, at the singing and dancing and slobbing, you're a homosexual, you're a lesbian. You just ate some bacon with the eggs for breakfast when you went to church. You know what I mean?
Right.
God hates that bacon. He hates that anger. You know what I'm saying? And all kinds of abominations. We said, like the Bible say, we add sin on top of damn sin, man. You know, and then we want to go to church and get blessed.
Right.
When you are a disobedient child, you understand? The Lord told us, disobedient the children don't get blessed. You understand? They don't get to go to the park, Chuck E. Cheese, where else they want to go? You know what I mean? They don't get no toys, they don't get no PlayStation, they don't get no games, they don't get nothing. You know what I mean? They turn around and get put on a punishment. Alright? So let's just do real quick. Keep on. So the command, keeping the command, keeping the law, one second. Keeping the law is the blessing, and breaking the law is the curse. It's the punishment for you breaking God's law.
Right.
The same way the white man's law works here in America is if you get caught speeding down Delmore at over the rate of 35 miles per hour,
Right.
the white man stop you and give you a ticket. That's the punishment. That's the judgment for you breaking the law. You understand? The same thing applies to God's law. If you turn around and you beat a homosexual, what do they get? They get AIDS. You understand? If you eat that pork, what do you get? You get some sort of upper respiratory infection. You get cancer. You get diabetes. You get, you know what I'm saying, high blood pressure, cholesterol.
Right.
You understand? You mentioned the legs amputated, feet. You understand? You get neuropathy and gout and all kinds of mess. You know what I'm saying? You know, all kinds of things when you disobey God's law.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So that's the part where that's the curses. Curses is the punishment for you breaking God's laws. Finish it a real quick.
God, therefore, choose life.
Therefore, do what?
Choose life.
You want to do what?
Choose life.
Therefore, choose life, man. It's
Right.
real simple. You know what I mean? Your preacher ain't telling you to choose life. You understand? Your preacher wants you to choose Satan. The Christian church is the house of Satan.
Damn right.
You understand? The Christian church is the house of Satan.
Right.
As if you can't tell. You know what I mean? The damn choir director, all the choir directors is homo. All of them. Who hired the pastor? Pastor's goddamn homo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he the one got the job from the pastor. You know what I'm saying? So the pastor, he just slid in there, did something in the back of the pastor, and now he directing the damn choir.
Right.
You know what I mean? He did something strange for some change. All of them would do it in the church, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? You turn around and, like I said, they celebrate holidays in the church. They love white people. The murderers of our people, man, since forever. And you love them. When God said he hated everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? And here you is trying to love somebody that God told you to never even try to join together with. They're not your people. You're not one. You understand? It's all kinds of things that
Damn
we
right.
do wrong that's against God. This is why we curse. This is why we in the situation that we in.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is why sisters walking down the street selling their body all day and all night. You understand? This is why brothers are strung out in the corner. You understand? And robbing and stealing. You know, I don't know if y'all paid attention, but remember when we was feeding them down the street?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The brothers had got mad. He snapped. He came back and apologized though. You know what I'm saying? He turned around when I was alerting them that we had that food. He snapped and they was gonna go get high. You understand? But then he turned around and calmed down. He thought about it. He let them go get high, and then he came and got something to eat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was hungry. He realized, damn, I ain't eating probably all day yesterday and the day before that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the brother said, the hell we get high. I'm gonna go get something to eat.
Yeah.
Right.
And then when he came over, he apologized. And he told me what he, you know what I'm saying, exactly what they was going to do.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I'm saying?
remember.
And that's why, you know what I'm saying, we are sure we choose life. You understand? And these preachers, that was their obligation, their duty for them to teach it to us. But
Right.
they not. You understand? They teaching black people to do whatever the hell you want. And doing what the hell you want to do has not worked for us, man. It
Yeah,
never
right.
has and it never will. You understand? We got all these records in this Bible to where we've constantly been in and out of damn slavery because
Right.
of disobedience to God. You understand? And for the life of me, I just don't understand why these preachers, they have the damn power. They got all the people in their damn church. And instead of them telling the truth, man, they give them a goddamn lie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you know your preacher, he works for Satan. You understand?
Damn right.
Your Christian preachers, they work for Satan. You understand? They ain't got a godly bone in their body. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the scripture says, choose life. You know what I'm
Lamb of God, that both thou and thy seed may live.
Do you understand that? Look
Yeah,
at how
right.
our seed is dying, man. You understand that? The
That's
old
right.
and the young. You understand? Our old heads were strung out. They was supposed to one that was strung out of the corner. Now, well, how old some girls who sitting out there tricking out about 25?
Yeah, that's a good. They was under 25.
And they young as hell, man. On the stroll. Dead as a dough now. You understand? Remember the one that was walking up down, had a breast out, squeezing to let everybody there trying to get somebody to buy that tail. You know what I mean? She dead as a dough now. She cursed. You understand? She is up under the curse and she don't even realize it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's the Christians in the church fault for not teaching the whole black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people properly, man. But the brothers is picking them up. You understand? They ain't teaching them right there. That's your sister. Don't pay her for no sex. You understand? That's against the law too. You ain't supposed to be buying no tail. You know what I mean? You can have as many wives as you want. You ain't supposed to be buying sex from your sister.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like I said, there's a lot of things that we out here we doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? And we got to turn around and get it right. And this is the only place that you don't actually get it right.
Damn right.
If you can tell, I done looked back since 1969, the ISUK ain't changed yet. The Christian church changed every other day.
Damn right.
To suit their members. Once the members get mad and say something, mention something, they all have a meeting and come together and they switch their gospel up to suit the people that didn't believe in the league. You understand? Well, guess what? ISUK, we ain't doing that. We're going to teach you straight up the unadulterated truth.
Damn right.
You understand? That's what you're going to get when you come here. You understand? No, you ain't supposed to be smoking crack. No, you ain't supposed to be selling crack. No, you ain't supposed to be smoking weed. No, you ain't supposed to be selling weed. No, you ain't supposed to be a whore. No, you ain't supposed to be a whoremonger. You understand?
Right.
No, you ain't supposed to celebrate Christmas. It just don't change.
Right.
You understand? It don't change, y'all. And this is what it is right here. And this is our biggest problem, man. You dead on it too, about us not obeying the Lord.
Damn right.
The scripture said, choose life. You understand? The Lord is the turned around and gave you instructions and then played with you one more time and said, choose life. You understand?
Right.
Don't be stupid and choose that. Choose life so that you and your seed, your children, back with other kids. You understand? We love our kids, bro.
Damn right.
And want them to grow up to be such productive, what they say in the world, productive citizens.
Right.
You know what I mean? We want to see them go to college. We want to see them make something of themselves. You know what I mean? We don't want to see them die. But guess what? We turn around and teach them the same old thing that we was taught. You know what I mean? The same old sin that we was taught by our parents, we turn around and pass that stuff on to our kids.
Right.
They die right along with us. You understand? Keep going on.
Time to come.
Verse 20. That thou mayest love the Lord thy God, and that thou mayest obey his voice.
Okay, right here. Loving the Lord is keeping his law. You understand? That's what the love of God is. Now, the preacher in the church teach you that the love of God is you open your mouth, just saying, oh, I love me some Jesus.
Right.
You know what I mean? Putting stuff on shirts like Jesus free. You know what I mean? They think that that's loving the Lord. You know what I'm saying? What's the latest one they had? The girl that had a shirt, let us, he had something like a ketchup bottle, something like that kind of thing on the shirt. And it said, let us, anybody know? Let us relish him. That's what it is. Let us relish him. It was like a ketchup bottle or pickle relish bottle, something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. But it was corny as hell, man. You know what I'm saying? That ain't how you serve the Lord. That's not how you love the Lord, man. By writing it on your shirt. You understand? You obey his voice. That's how you turn around and show the Lord that you love him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not saying God know my heart after you were sin over and over and over and over again. You know what I mean? You turn around and put a bumper stick on your car. What would Jesus do? He wouldn't do none of the stuff that you do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Jesus would not do none of this stuff.
Right.
Jesus would not be at no damn church. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't find Jesus dead in a damn church.
Right.
You understand? He would not be there doing anything. You understand?
Right.
So like I said, man, Scripture said to love the Lord and gotta obey God's voice. You understand? And no Christian in the church obeys his voice.
Right.
Because they claim that his laws are done away with, that you don't have to keep them anymore. You understand? That was all, and that's not so. Because Christ said out of his very own mouth that that's our whole point, our purpose is to keep God's laws and commandments all your life. You understand? Your whole damn life. Matter of fact, get that out in Romans 7 and 1. You understand? That lie about the laws is done away with, I'm telling you, that's Christianity, and it's a big lie. You understand? And that is the doctrine of Satan.
Damn right.
You know what I mean? Christianity that's the doctrine of Satan. That is the worship of Satan. You know what I'm saying? Because it goes against everything that God stands for. You understand? No good father makes a rule in his house and then turn around and say, well, you break the rules, now just, get back what you say. You know what I mean? That's not how that works. A good father's gonna make you follow the rules.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to follow his rules. Or you want to get dealt with. Simple as that. Okay? That's the Most High is asking about.
Damn right.
He's our example of how to be a father. You understand? And guess what? Sometimes you got to punish your children. You don't want to. You love them with big old eyes they got, and the big old cheeks they got. You know what I'm saying? A little smile.
Right.
You don't want to. But sometimes you gotta pop their hand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they can understand. That's what
Damn right.
In a sense, that's how he did us. You got to turn around and punish us. Because guess what? We'll just continue doing the same old thing. We'll never stop. You understand? If we did. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, read that real quick, Doc. I'm just gonna read that.
Father God, Romans chapter 7, verse 1. Know ye not, brethren, for I speak to them that know the law.
Know what?
The law.
Okay, why, if the law is done away with, why is it even being mentioned in the New Testament?
Right.
But the Christians claim that it's done away with, it's done. You understand? But that's not true. You know what I'm saying? I speak to them that know the law. That what? You read?
How that the law have dominion over a man as long as he liveth.
What does the word dominion mean? Who knows what the word dominion means?
Salaki.
Go ahead.
Control.
Control over. You understand? The law has control over you as how long about?
As long as he liveth.
As long as you live.
Right.
You're supposed to be keeping God's law, statutes, and commandments all the way from the day you're born until the day you die. You understand? Simple as that. Your parents are supposed to be teaching you God's laws first.
Right.
You understand? Now, if you haven't been raised in the truth, you can't come to the truth. You understand? We ain't gonna reject you because you haven't been keeping God's laws your whole life.
Damn
You
right.
understand? That's the point of being reborn. Christ said, you've got to be reborn. That means to start over. You understand? Start over fresh.
Right.
So the scripture says that the law has dominion over your life as long as you live. You understand? The preachers have been lying to us for a long time.
Damn
You know
right.
what I mean? And it's time for blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians to know the truth. That's what they need. You understand? How can you see your brothers and your sisters in condition in the end and not give them the truth? How can a preacher turn his back and say, man, you know what? They need the laws to live, but I'm going to give them life. You know what I'm saying? Give them something to make them feel good.
Damn right.
Give them a song and dance every damn Sunday when they come to church. You know what I'm saying? Instead of giving them what's going to actually fix them, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sunday service just make you feel good for that hour or two that you sitting there looking stupid as hell. You understand? And then once you leave, you go back home to the same head, the same problem. Jesus did not take the wheel and fix your problems that damn Sunday.
Right.
He said your problems are going to persist and increase if you do not turn around and change your life and start keeping God's laws. You know what I'm saying? You ready to answer?
So like I had a question. Why do Christians say disobedient child days are few and short? Is that in the scriptures?
They say what? Disobedient child what?
Days are fewer and shortened. Is that in the scripture?
Yeah, that's in the Bible. And that right there lets you know how big of a hypocrite they are. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Disobedient, a child means that this child does not obey, not do what you tell him to do. You understand? And that's what all blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians have been, is disobedient damn children. You
Damn
understand?
right.
The Christians in the church call him God the Father. You understand? They start their prayers off of our Father. You know what I'm saying? Who art in heaven? You know what I mean? And then
Right.
don't do what their father tells them to do. You understand? It's ridiculous. That scripture is, they do, don't even get fascinated about what they say in church because they take one scripture, two scripture, their scripture, their scripture, you know what I'm saying? And make it like a catchy phrase. You know what I mean? Like for instance, they say that God is the same today, tomorrow, and forever. You know what I'm saying? That's in the Bible.
Right.
Now when did he change and stop? Tell you to stop keeping his laws. If he's the same yesterday and today and ain't gonna be the same.
Damn right.
When did he change his mind? I mean, if it's always the same, that's how you know the subject they teach is straight trash. You know what I'm saying? It's all garbage, it's all lies. And yes, that scripture is in the Bible, you know what I mean? And that is true. A disobedient child shorten his day. The scripture says you either gonna choose life so that you and your seed can live, or you're gonna choose death and you're going to die. Simple as that.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that don't always mean somebody put a gun in your head, boom, you know what I'm saying, trigger you dead on the spot. That means he cursed. You understand? And I'm gonna tell you something, man. I look at a lot of our people that's out here, I know a gun to their head would be better than what the hell they going through.
Damn
You know what I
right.
mean? I see them sisters and them brothers, man, when they be out on the corner, you know what I mean? When I be going to some of my contracts and stuff like that, I see them in their worst moments, man. When they be like, damn, I just wish I could die. You know what I mean? I see that. You know what I mean? And they out there got AIDS. You know what I'm saying? They got diseases. They smoke drugs all day, geeking all night. You know what I mean? I'm sure guns head probably would do better, and there they go. So death and dying don't always mean that you just gonna die instantly. You know what I mean? That you gonna die on the spot. You know what I'm saying? And look at how many people have been dying with AIDS. What they say, like 20, 25 years, they had medicine to help you live that long. And you know how hurtful that stuff is, man? You know what I mean? I done turned around and heard and talked to people who got that stuff. I had a cousin that died from it. Man, dude was so damn sick. You know what I mean? All day, every day. Brother was sick, beyond no medicine would help him. No medicine would help him. You know what I mean? He was just that damn sick. So, you know, like I said,
Right.
I'm sure a lot of the brothers and sisters would love to die. You know what I mean? Rather than going through what they're going. They're going through a lot. And that's why it's our job, man, to teach them properly, fix it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's good.
Why?
That's good. Good. Yeah. So that is the Bible. That's just a catch line in Christian church. You know what I'm saying? Like all the other lines that they use. You know what I'm saying? God love everybody. You know what I'm saying? All kinds of stuff.
Right.
Time for everybody. You know, they got to catch you little phrase that make you know what I'm saying? That make you continue to sin against the Lord. That's all they do.
Like they say, whatever to do that congregation.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I'm going to go ahead and get back to you, brother. You're going to answer the job, man. Go ahead.
The water out of one. You know, like, but just to piggyback on what Adawan is saying, give me Proverbs 28:9, because he brought out a heavy point. Like, it's curses, Proverbs 28:9. It's curses and it's blessings. You know, for us being the chosen people, it's curses and blessings. And like he said, like, you think you could just eat pork, eat swine, and catfish, and all of these other abominations that the Lord tell you can't eat, and you think you can just go pray to him, and your prayer is gonna get answered. I'm finna give you a rude awakening right here. When you get that read for me, I'm finna give you a rude awakening, because Israel think they could just do whatever it is that they want to do, and they gonna be blessed. I'm finna wake you up today. Today you will be woke. You know, read for me, y'all. Come on.
God. Proverbs chapter 28, verse 9. He that turneth away his ear
Go ahead.
from hearing the law.
He said, he that turneth away his ear from hearing the law. That means all you Christians that say the law is done away with, like Adawan just brought out, they teach that the law is done away with, but here is Christ, and all through the New Testament they talking about the law. They talk about the law every chance that they get. Christ referenced the law every chance that he speak. Every time he speak, he referenced the Old Testament. Every parable damn near that Christ spoke, you know, he referenced the law. He referenced the Old Testament. He referenced the things that make us and break us, which is the law, statutes, and commandments. Go away. When you turn away your ear to the law, go ahead, Art. What happens?
Even his prayer shall be an abomination.
He said, the Lord said, even your prayers shall be an abomination. Do you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians understand what that means? That's so severe. You gotta understand what this means, because it's so severe that even your prayers become an abomination unto the Lord. The Lord is not hearing you. While you eating all of that pork and that swine and that catfish and you popping off these whores and buying whores and doing all of these things, you think the Lord is hearing you, and he's not. The Lord is not hearing you at all. You know he's making a mockery of you. The Lord is turning his back to you and your prayers. You know the Lord won't hear you. You got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. You think your mama tell you to come in at 7 o'clock and you come in at 9 o'clock every day, and she keep telling you to come in at 9 o'clock. You think you buy at 7 o'clock and you keep coming in at 9. You think you're going to get them new Jordans that you keep asking her to buy you? You think you gonna get that new outfit that she asking you to get? Asking her to buy? Hell no. She ain't gonna get you nothing. The Lord is not gonna. Your mama is not gonna get you nothing. She gonna look at you and laugh. She probably say, I ought to beat your ass for what you did the other day. Cause I know my mama good for bringing up some stuff I did in the past. She like, I ain't forgot about whooping your ass. You know, that's how the Lord is. The Lord doing it the same way. He's a parent. And Israel is his children.
Right.
He like, I ain't forgot about what you did the other day. You thought I forgot about that pork chop you was smashing the other day? And you put hot sauce on it, and it was good to you then. But now you want to ask me for something. And I asked you not to eat pork. That's all I asked you to do. So you won't die. So you won't get diseases. So you won't get curses. So he won't have to curse you. And you can't do it. You can't do what he asks. But here you praying for that new job. You praying for that Maserati, that law. You just praying for the Lord to feed you every day. And don't get me wrong. It's a lot of brothers and sisters out here sinning every day faithfully. And they got much. And you think they being blessed because they got much. They got a lot. No, even Satan will give you stuff to continue keep you sinning. Keep you away from the laws. You know, but best believe your death is coming. The Lord is destroying you some type of way. You think them people with all that money and them cars, them blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians got all them monies and cars, they driving different Cadillacs every day. The preacher, he's a false shepherd. He's driving a Cadillac. He got a Cadillac for Monday. He got a Maybach for Tuesday. He driving his Harley on Wednesday, because you know it's going to be sunny on Wednesday. He's driving the limo, the stretch limo on Thursday, and his G5 jet on Friday. And when he pull up on Sunday, best believe he in his S600 Benz. Him and his wife, the first lady. You know, she got a mink coat on. You think they blessed them. They home probably a living hell. That brother probably a homosexual, probably suffering from some type of disease. I know for a fact he's suffering from something. I know for a fact the Lord is cursing them, and you just don't see it. You see the outward appearance. You never see the inward appearance. You never see what the Lord is doing to them. You know, that's why they be dying quick. That's why them pastors don't be lasting long. What pastor you know been a pastor for over 20 years? Over 15 years. They don't be pastors long. The feds be running into the church. They smuggling drugs through the back door. They got all your grandma money. Your grandma can't even get an air conditioner. Ain't nobody going to go check on your granny. Your granny faithfully at the church every Sunday. And ain't nobody checking on her. It's about 100 degrees outside right now. Where that Christian pastor at checking on everybody's grandma? That's faithfully at the church every Sunday. That's faithfully paying their tithes every Sunday. Paying it 10%. They even giving 20%. You know how your granny is. She want to give a little extra. This for Jesus. Jesus gonna bless you. You gotta give a little extra, baby. Sometimes you gotta empty your purse out. Sometimes you gotta empty your pockets, baby. You know, that's how granny is. But where that Christian pastor at? Where is he emptying the church pockets out? Because that's what the money is for. Right. That's what the money is for Israel. For when Israel is in need, that's what that money is for. Not for your pastor to buy a Bentley. General Yohana is doing right with the tithes that is being paid to the Israelite school of UPK. General Yohana is doing right. He got clothes drive. He got clothes. He giving out clothes to the poor. Only for Israel though. He giving out clothes. He giving out food every chance that he get. Every camp, every major camp in ISUPK got a clothes and food drive. We make sure our people gonna eat. Our people could come in, chill with us, eat, you know, learn the laws, and have fun. We ain't like your Christian pastor that got you walking on pins and needles. We're gonna teach you the law. You be who you is. You keep your character, but keep the law also. You ain't got to lose your sense of humor because you done came into the Most High, because you keeping His laws, statutes, and commandments. You ain't got to lose your sense of humor. You ain't got to stop shooting dice. I know you brothers want to shoot dice. We shoot dice every chance that we get. You know, Captain DeBar, he think he a master at shooting dice. You know, I'm gonna break him on down. You know, but you know, that's, you know, you be who you are. Long as you ain't sinning, long as you ain't against the Most High, keep your character. Because this is what makes Israel. Israel is a special people. The Lord said Israel is a special people. You know, but the Lord said he doesn't hear your prayers. So I just wanted to piggyback on what the Lord, what Adawan was saying, you know, because it was heavy. It was so heavy, so I had to bring that scripture out because it reminded me of it. The Lord is not hearing your prayers. The sinner, if you a sinner, the Lord is not hearing your prayers. In fact, he's against you. He's sending Satan to destroy you. The Lord is going to send Satan to destroy you. Satan works for the Lord. He do everything the Lord tells him to do. Everything the Lord tells Satan to do, he's doing it. And he will do it to full effect, to his best of his ability. If the Lord, you see what he did to Job? The Lord allowed Satan to tempt Job. Satan didn't hold back nothing. He took the kids, he took the family, he took the house, the cars, probably back then the horses and the mules. He took all of the cattle. He took everything, the clothes. Job was even sick. Didn't he strike his health? He struck Job's health. Satan didn't hold back nothing. He did everything. He tempted Job to the best of his ability. You know, that's Satan for you. You know, but yeah, we're gonna get back to these scriptures. You got something to say, Adawan? You wanna hit on something?
Yeah. Did you touch on John 9:31?
La.
Okay, read it over real quick. What you brought out. Yeah, on point. You understand? But you need to understand that God is not hearing you.
Right.
Like this is, I mean, like who are you praying to? Because I know folks have been praying for the same old thing for years in the church.
Right.
And it ain't happened yet. Like when are you gonna realize that it's something that you are doing wrong?
Damn right.
Your prayer is not getting answered. You know what I mean? And this is what it is right here. Is that they teach you in the church that you are an adolescent.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that is ridiculous. You know what I mean? You don't have to continue to be a sinner.
Right.
What was the point of Christ teaching us, you understand, what he taught us, how to serve the Lord? That's what he taught us. You understand? Christ taught us how to serve God. That
right.
really makes sense for you to be a sinner and for God to send his son to die for you. You know what I mean? And for you to continue to be a sinner. Like,
right.
It don't even make sense. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to turn around and send my son, sacrifice him, and in a way, and then turn around and let you continue to do what you're doing. If that's the case, I'll just let you continue to do what you're doing.
Right. What was the purpose? If
I'm going to, you know what I'm saying? If I'm just going to love you and bring you to heaven, what they say in the church, God love you no matter what you do, that's a damn lie.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's nothing you can do to take God's love away from you.
Yeah, all right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that ain't in the Bible, man. You know what I mean? These preachers are telling a whole bunch of lies, man. You know what I'm saying? They are teaching a whole lot of lies. A lot of people wonder, why y'all always go up against the preachers? Why y'all always go in on the preachers?
Right.
Because that Christian church has like the strongest and biggest damn hold on our people. You know what I mean? That Christianity, every religion, has like the strongest hold on our people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we gotta turn around and shake them loose and wake them up, man, in order for them to get from up under that. You know what I'm saying? So that stuff you've been praying for ever since you was a kid, it actually happened. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta do something first, man. You gotta know this right here. Go ahead and read it out.
John chapter 9, verse 31. Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
What we know?
God heareth not sinners.
God heareth not sinners.
Right.
So why is your preacher telling you that you are a sinner, that you can't do nothing but sin? You know what I'm saying? That's all you got to look forward to is that you being a damn sinner.
Right.
But in the New Testament, this ain't old. Because you know, they took the old one and threw it in the trash.
Right.
It don't matter no more. That's just a book. I was told one time that's a good book of old stories.
Right.
That don't matter no more.
They got the little prostitute Bible now.
Exactly. But here in the New Testament, it clearly says, read that again up from the top.
John chapter 9, verse 31. Now we know.
Now we know. You understand? Now we know. Okay? This how you when a brother check out, you know better than that. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That God heard what?
Heareth not sinners.
God heareth not sinners.
Right.
Every sinner in the church is praying. What they call themselves, prayer warriors. They prayer warriors. They say, I heard one tell people, oh, I can get a prayer through to my God. I was like, you can't? You know what I'm saying? Has it happened yet? Whatever you pray for, has it come through yet?
Yeah,
And then you know what the excuse was? It's not in my time, it's in God's time.
right.
You know, but you the warrior of prayers, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You killing prayers. Ain't nobody pray like you. But then now it's God's time. It's up to him when he don't. But you say you talk to him every day.
And of course, they speaking in tongues too all the while.
You know what I mean? Oh man.
That's what opens up the door for the Lord to listen to him.
Hey, don't
That's
even
speaking in
start
tongues.
on that. You know what I'm saying? We know that God here is not sinners. Keep reading out.
But if any man be a worshiper of God,
Stop right there. But if any man be a worshiper of God, who knows what it means to worship God? Who knows what it means to worship God?
Shalom,
Go ahead.
follow the law, statutes, and
To
commandments.
follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Everything goes back to the law, statutes, and commandments. If you love God, you keep His law, statutes, and commandments. If you worship God, you keep His law, statutes, and commandments. Hell, if you even like Him a little bit, you keep His law,
Right.
statutes, and commandments. You understand? In everything, you worship Him. All that goes back to His law. You understand? Keep on.
And doeth his will.
And do it what?
His
You
will.
do it His will, not your own. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? The Christians in the church, it's their will to turn around and celebrate Christmas. You know what I mean? It's their will to be gay. You know what I'm saying? It's their will to bang a tambourine. That's why, man, I used to hate when I see men banging a tambourine. You know what I'm saying? That is so soft. You know what I'm saying? A dude sitting there like this all day. That is ridiculous. You know what I mean? But if you a worshiper, meaning you keep the law, and what else I keep reading?
Doeth his will.
Uh-huh.
Him he heareth.
Him he heard. You understand? So we got to know something. Guess what? The Old Testament, the scripture of the office of God, go right along with the one in the New Testament.
Right.
Same thing. You understand? Your prayer is an abomination. The Lord don't want to hear your prayer.
Right.
You understand? Why would He want to? You know, so that's just like a father, son, you put on punishment, not taking out the trash, and here you go, you come in the house, you got trash, pile up, falling on the damn floor, and then it's, Daddy, can I go outside? You don't want to really, nothing he got to say.
Right.
You looking at him like, you're killing me with this. You know what I'm saying? You're killing me with this shit. Boy, look at the trash, you took the trash out of 5 days.
Right.
Go back to your room. You know what I'm saying? That's what you're going to be like, man. You ain't trying to talk to him. You ain't want to hear it. You want the trash taken out. Or you going to stay in that room for however long you going to be. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be. It's up
Right.
to you. You know what I mean? And that's what we got to understand, man. Lord, he ain't Mr. Funny Business like what they teach in church. You understand? The Lord means business, man. He wants His laws, statutes, and commandments kept.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? We don't get out of these conditions. You know what I mean? We don't stay like we do. You know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted to bring out was that one.
Right. And that's heavy, Adawan, that you bring that up. You know, because Israel need to know. Go ahead, sis, you got a question?
Not a question. It was it was a post that went viral on Facebook. A sister said, Jesus died for my sins, so I'm a sin my whole life. He ain't gonna die for nothing.
Yeah, you hear that? And I guarantee she's a Christian. I guarantee she's faithfully in the church every Sunday and Thursday and that Bible study on Tuesday. She's there faithfully. And she's sinning like 40 going north. She don't care about nothing and nobody, and can't nobody tell her nothing about her Jesus. Because you know them sisters in the Christian church, they damn near sleeping with Jesus.
Right.
You know, that's they nigga. They don't need nobody but Jesus. Jesus don't want you. You a sinner. Jesus don't want nothing to do with you. You's an abomination. Jesus don't want to. Jesus, Yahweh don't want to hear that. You know, but we're going to continue with these racist scriptures because Israel needs to know, like Adawan said, like, even though we the chosen people, it comes with blessings and it comes with curses. If you don't understand that you are a chosen people, if you don't understand that you do not have free will, if you understand that, if you don't understand that, then I'm sorry for you. You're gonna continue to live a life of hell. Cause I know you living a life of hell. Cause every time something happens, every time you take a step forward, the Lord push you two back. You can't never get ahead. Because he's not hearing none of your prayers. He's not hearing nothing from you. He doesn't care. And the Lord that hard, he doesn't care. What you gonna do to the Lord? You gonna tell him about yourself, huh? You gonna tell the Lord about yourself. You gonna let him know today you a prayer warrior, so you gotta let him know. When you go to your corner, you gonna say, God damn it, Lord, I know you hear me. I've been praying to you about 30 days now. I went in the wilderness. I did what Christ did. 40 days and 40 nights I prayed to you. I ain't even drink no water. I snuck and had a piece of bread though, because that's because I was hungry. You know, but give me 2nd Ezra 6 and 56, because we got to keep hammering these scriptures into Israel. You know, whether you hear me or not, we're going to prophesy unto the wind. We're going to do what your pastor not going to do. And we're going to tell you about yourself. If that means that you don't want to be a part of this, hey, we just doing our job. We doing what they will not do. We're going to tell you the good side. We're going to tell you the brotherly love, the good side of the Most High. And we're going to tell you the bad side of the Most High. The good side is that you the salt of the earth. You the salt of the earth. You can't do no wrong. You can't do no wrong. Everything you touch turns to gold. You the salt of the earth. The Arabs. You ever seen them Chinese people try to do hip hop? That kills me, boy. They be trying to beatbox and all type of stuff. They still irking. We didn't let irking go back in the 80s. They still percolating.
It's a lot. You see how you took the thing, so you think you can have.
Right.
And the Chinese people
Right.
every year.
Yeah,
They doing everything that we do, but they do it and then they win the show every damn
right.
day.
And like the ones that wear the white faces and stuff, they was winning so much, like everybody loved them, but we was doing that in the 90s.
Right.
Niggas don't do that no more.
Right.
They swagging and doing the nay. They got they doing what is the new dances today? Like we got new dances. Chris Brown show you every day. He creates something new every time he get on television. He show you what he made of. He show you what Israel made of. You know, every time Michael Jackson had it, he passed the torch to Usher. Usher passed the torch to Chris Brown. All of them. The best dancers. And they doing stuff, the white man still doing the fish, the swim.
What?
The worm, whatever that's called. You still doing that? Like, you love that dance move, don't you? Trying to do the cha-cha side and stuff. You know, but hit that scripture for me, huh?
2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 56. As for the other people.
As for the other who?
People.
The other people. He said, as for the other people, what about them?
Which also come of Adam.
Which also come from Adam. I know everybody say, well, we all from Adam, we all equal. All right, what the Lord got to say about them other nations, them other people that comes from Adam? Go ahead.
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
He said they are what?
Nothing.
I can't hear you, tell me what he said.
They are nothing.
He said they are nothing. He said these other people that comes from Adam, they are nothing. Go ahead, continue.
But be like unto spittle.
He said unto spittle. Is that it for that verse?
La
Go ahead, finish all of that.
Kamakan. And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
He said as into a drop that falleth from a vessel. He said they are like unto spittle. Do anybody know what spittle is? Go ahead, sis.
Salaki is spit.
Yes. That's old English for spit. You know, you ever seen somebody cough up a loogie? A thick one. That's what the Lord said these other people are unto him. He coughed up a loogie on him. And just spit. You are like a drop in a bucket. You know, you got a whole bucket of water. He said the other nation is like a drop. So Israel, like the whole bucket, they filled up to the top, and the other nation is like a drop. Like, you get no water. Not today. It's like 90 degrees. I'm sweating. Boy, I would sure love to use that whole bucket of water. You know, the other nations only unto spitting. They only getting a drop. You know, it's crazy though, but you don't understand what the Lord is saying. You don't understand that the Lord is racist. He's separating the nations. He's separating the people. He's showing you with every verse that I'm bringing out. He's separating us from every nation of the earth. You know, that ain't it. Give me Psalms 147 and 19 and 20. You know, that's not it. The Lord, I mean, I could go all day show you how racist the Lord is. The Lord don't care about nobody but Israel. And they say, oh yeah, that's the Old Testament. Yeah, the Lord made he adopted everybody unto this tree, to the olive tree. You know, this ain't the Olive Garden. You know, he ain't adopt nothing. He didn't adopt you. He talking about unifying the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom back as one. That's the Hispanics back with Judah, back with Benjamin. You know, that's the blacks and the Jamaicans. The Lord gonna unify the Hispanics and the Native Indians back with the blacks, the Jamaicans, and the Haitians. The Lord gonna unite us all back together. And you know it's coming. Like, the Mexicans starting to learn that they are not white people. You know, Donald Trump showed them every day, you are not white, buddy. You get your little what they call wetbacks. You get your little wetback butter back across that border. How you gonna take somebody's land and tell them they can't come back on their land? That's like a nigga walking in your house and telling you to get out. Like, nigga, get out this house. This is my shit now. You know, it's an atrocity what the white man doing to us, and it's, you know, we need to learn, we need to unite and come back together as one people, because if we don't, we're going to be destroyed. Only way we're going to make it out of these curses, only way we're going to make it out of this if we unite. We got to come together. We got to stop hating on the Puerto Ricans. We got to stop hating on the Puerto Rican sisters. You know, we got to stop hating on the Mexican sisters. Oh, no, they ain't us. All that guala guala stuff they be speaking. Come on, man. They destroyed just like you. Only reason you speaking English is because you was conquered by the English. They was conquered by the Spaniards. We was conquered by different sets of white people. But we are one people. And Ephraim gonna make sure they be that arrow unto the other the other tribes.
Right.
You know, but yeah, that's it for that verse.
God.
Give me. Let's go into the New Testament, because I know they love speaking about the Old Testament, talking about how they done away with it. Like I don't want to say it. They got their little prostitute Bible. It just got the Psalms in it, and the Proverbs, and the New Testament. They ain't got no Old Testament. They don't know. Go ahead.
Going to Psalm 147.
Oh, 19 and 20. Yeah, go ahead and give me that.
Con.
I could go all day. It's many scriptures showing that God is racist. I want somebody to refute all of these scriptures. You know, I need to sharpen my knife. I need to sharpen my blade. Because I need somebody to refute these scriptures. You know, anybody on the line that got some questions or something, you know, everybody ducking and dodging. Where your famous pastor when you need her? I want him to bring out some of them scriptures, you know, so I can embarrass them in front of the whole nation of Israel.
Right.
You know, read that for me, huh?
Psalms 147, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob.
He showeth his word unto who?
Jacob.
And what else?
his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
He said he shows his laws unto Jacob. You know, his statutes and judgments unto Israel. That means when he speak about Jacob, when he say Jacob, Jacob's name was changed to Israel. When he speak about Jacob, he's specifically talking about Jacob or Israel. But when he say Israel, he's speaking about the whole lineage, like the whole lineage of Jacob. You know, all his children, his bloodline. Speaking about his whole bloodline, which is us. You know, he gave the laws, statutes, and commandments unto us. You know, continue.
He has not dealt so with any nation.
He said he has not dealt so with any nation. So, like, do they got their laws? Do they got these laws? That's why they act like animals, huh? That's why the white man eating raw meat.
Right.
He'll take a cow's heart and just rip it apart. No cooking it, no nothing. Just like he biting it too. I seen this one Edomite. He was hunting with his daughter, and you know, of course, they killing up all the beasts of the field. You know, because they animals themselves. You know, they the wicked. But he took his daughter hunting. You know, and she killed her deer. The first deer she killed. You know, from I think he said 30, 40 yards away. But long story short, yeah, she kills the little deer, and he's proud, he's encouraging her to eat the heart of the deer. The little girl is ripping into the heart, and he's proud. Look at my baby. Killed her first little deer and taking a big bite of her first heart. I'm like, ugh, like all nothing but blood all over this heathen mouth. Go ahead, sis, you want to say something?
And now Edomite women, they've been making viral videos of them eating their placenta. You know, the thing that connects the mom and the baby together.
Right.
They've been eating it, making chocolate with it, like frying it, cutting it up and eating it raw.
Yeah, and I heard about that. I heard they you know, we ain't no conspiracy theorists, but you know, I heard about them selling a placenta bag and stuff like that. They be keeping your placenta bag. I heard they supposed to like all the nutrients is in the umbilical cord, so they supposed to push all of that into the baby and stuff like that. You know, but you know, the white man being the devil, of course, he don't want us to be smart. You know, he don't want us to develop like how we supposed to. That's why a lot of kids be running around and it seems like they ain't got their mind and their brain and stuff like that. But it's just like what you said, like these heathens is disgusting, man. Why are you eating your placenta bag? Like, that is horrible. Like, what that, you can't find nothing else to eat? Go ahead, sis.
Like, I've seen like recent videos of animals giving birth and eating it off of they, you know, off of they firstborns for nutrients. But
Right, it's just like the white man is a walking abomination. The white man, his child, his granddaddy, his wife, his grandma, all of them is a walking abomination. They just do stuff that's an abomination unto the Lord. You know, continue with that verse though. We're going to hammer this home. We're going to get a few minutes left.
God. And as for his judgments, they have not known them.
So the Lord said, as for their judgments, they have not known them. The Lord, these other nations don't have our laws. These other nations aren't blessed like us. You know, if the Lord said in John 3:16, that's the favorite verse that Christians want to pull. They pull that verse all the time. They can't pull no other verse other than John 3:16. The Lord so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son. The world doesn't mean the whole planet, every human being on the earth. It's a society. It's speaking of a time, you know. But it's just like, it's crazy how, you know, everybody, like the heathens at my job, like how they attributed my God unto them. That was appalling to me. I was offended. Like, they calling the God of the Bible their God. Like, I was offended. I'm looking at him like, nigga, I don't know you. Like, the Lord don't know you. Like, who is this guy? Like, this white guy really think God loves him. Like, he loves the whole world. He loves every nation. I don't want to hear that mess, that nonsense.
Yeah, don't hear it, nigga, because it ain't for you.
Right.
That's why you can't hear it. It's not for you. It's not to give the children's bread unto dogs. Of course I'm paraphrasing. This is not for dogs. The Lord said that. Christ said that. Out of his own mouth, he said it's not lawful for me to give the children's bread unto dogs. He was talking to a white woman, a Grecian woman, I believe. She was white. She said true, and she knew she was a dog too. These Edomites know who they are. They know they heathens. They know they dogs. They know they come from the Caucasus Mountains. They love stuff like that. Esau loved it going out in the field. That's why you see them all in the skyscrapers and stuff. Jacob don't be on that stuff, man. Jacob is a chiller, man. He be chilling in the tents. He was chilling with his mom, like, man, I don't know what's wrong with my brother, but that nigga be doing everything. That nigga be out there with grizzly bears, fighting grizzly bears and wrestling crocodiles. Like, this nigga is crazy. Like, I applaud him. He been bringing some nice meat in, but that brother is crazy. Esau is a heathen, but, with that being said, we're going to wrap it up because, all these scriptures are scriptures to show Israel that, the Lord only loves us. So therefore, we need to love the Lord back and keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. We need to do what we got to do. We need to stop being like these heathens. Stop trying to do whatever it is under the sun, because they are like animals. Without the laws, you act as an animal. Go ahead, sis. You got something to say?
So like, break down Isaiah 45 and 17.
Yeah, get that real fast. We're going to break this down. We're going to wrap it up. Because these heathens is, these heathens something else, man. They be trying to keep our laws and stuff like that. They don't try to keep our laws. They be trying to actually do, what's that called, cultural appropriation. Like, they misappropriating our culture with them. I feel offended that you're appropriating our culture to you. Go ahead, but read that verse for us.
Isaiah chapter 45, verse 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded.
Now he said, this sister wanted this broken down. This scripture says, she brought out a heavy scripture, she tried to cut these Christians right before I let them go. It said, but Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation. What does that mean? I know a lot of people say, the Jews got cut off. Christians love to say that. The Jews got cut off from being the chosen people. They didn't listen. They weren't listening and stuff like that. But how can you cut your child off? Your child is still your child. Even whether they listen to you or not, they still your child. They still have the blood running through their veins. They still have your blood running through your veins. So how can you cut them off? So that's retarded for you to think that the Most High cut us off. But the Most High does punish us, just like any other father or mother or parent do with their child.
Right.
They punish them. That's what the Lord doing. He's punishing us. Like with this scripture the sister brought out. He have an everlasting salvation for us. You know what that means? When we get our stuff together, we can come on. The Lord is sitting there with open arms. All we got to do is keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. The Lord says they are not burdensome. All we got to do is do that. That's simple. It's not hard to stop lying and stealing. It's not hard not to smoke dope. I don't see what's fun into. I never smoked it before, but shit, I don't understand what everybody like about it. What you like about burning your lips with a crack pipe? What you like about that? Chasing and selling your body for a crumb. And them drug dealers be cheating the mess out of them, man, don't they? They be giving them crumbs like, here you go. No, man, you was short last time. Like, nigga, you chasing a high that gonna last 2 seconds. Go ahead, sir.
And then they run around like bird box, all the crackheads.
Right. Like, man, it just, I don't understand why we won't keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. I don't understand why you don't want to be blessed. I don't understand why you don't want the kingdom of heaven. Where it's no more death, there's no more dying, there's no more drugs. Our kids get to raise, we get to see our kids grow. See them be 90 years old, 80 years old. Ain't that what you want?
Right.
You go to church and pray for that every day. I'm telling you the answer. I'm telling you the solution to get that. You don't want no straight bullet to hit your child. Everybody out there, every Jake out there in the world say the same thing. I don't want to bury my child before me. You know, don't nobody want to see their children die. I want to die before my children die. And I'm pretty sure every parent wants the same thing for their child. So I'm telling you how to get it. Keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Let's take this kingdom of heaven. You know, and with that being said, Shalom is where we the Isupk under Commanding General Yohana coming out of Harlem, New York, 125th 1 West. We are not affiliated with no other groups. We are not affiliated with no other groups or statues. What you say, Adawan? We are not affiliated with no other group or camp out there. So that's my time. Shalom, Israel. All right, shalom. Y'all better send me on the shop or the thong.